Happy holidays! How is it going for you? If you're anything like me, in some ways, the holidays are great and it's exciting, and I love to have the decorations up and all that. And then in some ways, it's exhausting and it's stressful. And I just wanted to spend a few minutes here with you today, give you some tips for surviving and thriving through the holidays. If we've not met before, my name is Stephanie. I'm a certified health coach. I'm also a certified sports nutritionist and just generally wife, mom, person just trying to make the most of this life that we have, feel good, be able to be present with those that I love. So let's get into it. I think one of the biggest mistakes that we make going into the holiday season is that we don't take time for ourselves. And you might think, well, what does that have to do with health? Actually, it has everything to do with health. So most people spend so much time focusing on what they're eating, but really your health is all interconnected. So one thing that I recommend is that you have a weekly meeting with yourself, a 30-minute meeting. I grab my phone usually, I look at my calendar, what's on here that I actually have to do, what do I not need to do, where can I be more present, do I need to make an appointment with myself to have a workout, do I need to set an alarm to remind myself to go to sleep, those kinds of things, so that you have an idea, and then you can also visualize how your week is going to look. The next thing that I do is I try to be really consistent with my bedtime and my wake up time. The more you do that, the more energy you're going to have in the day, and that translates to feeling better, right? This is your number one health habit. It's completely free. Are you getting enough water? We tend to over caffeinate, over alcohol, over all these things, and we're not getting the good old fashioned stuff. So have a good water bottle, carry that around with you. All right. When you know you're going to go out, have a plan. Pre-decide, like you're going to the family Christmas party or you're going to Aunt Sue's. You know what you're going to have, what you're not going to have. Like within reason, you may not know the menu. Great idea if it's at a friend's or family members, bring a healthy dish. If you're really serious about your goals, you tell people ahead of time. I appreciate you inviting me over so much. I just want you to know my goal right now is to be healthier, to not be in joint pain, to not feel like garbage. So I just want you to know I might skip some of the sweets. It has nothing to do with you. I'm really excited that you're going to support me in that goal. So when you let people know, then it's not about, how dare you not eat the lemon meringue, right? It's that you are making yourself a priority and you're giving good boundaries and limits of what you won't and won't do, or will and won't do. Don't go hungry. Do not go hungry. I suggest to my clients that they eat all throughout the day, every 2.5 to 3 hours. I have an app that they use that they set timers, they go off. Do that throughout the day until your event. And then if you've decided that you're going to enjoy yourself, you're going to have a little bit more, you're going to have a little bit less, you're not going to overindulge. You might have a good time, but because you've been consistent all day, you aren't going to go crazy. It's actually kind of cool how that works out. Instead of focusing on the food or the drinks, focus on the friends and family that you're with. Time is your most valuable asset. Really enjoy it and be present with those people. Strategies for success. Okay. Get away from the kitchen. The charcuterie board, the appetizers, the bar, get away from it. I know everybody ends up in the kitchen. That's why. Look at all the food options, get what you want, get out of there. Get out of there. Hold your water in your dominant hand. I'm right-handed. If you do that, you're less likely to grab for more snacks because I'm not going to do it with my non-dominant hand, right? Kind of funny little trick. Use a small plate, the smallest plate available. Most plates now are like 12 inches. You actually want a 9-inch dinner plate max. We all want to feel like we're getting a lot of food, so you will fill up whatever size plate you have. It's just human nature. So a smaller plate you're going to feel it and you're going to feel satisfied, but not have regrets or feel miserable because you derailed your goals. Eat slowly. We tend to be very busy, and that doesn't always serve us. And eating fast isn't necessary. By the way, a lot of people don't know this. Let's say you're having something that's a treat that you wouldn't normally have, but it is the holidays and you're in it, right? Those first 3 bites that you have of that item give you 95% of your satisfaction. So you don't want to have those 3 bites really fast. You want to enjoy them and take your time with them, right? Makes a lot of sense. When I tell my clients that, they're like, what? So if they're really struggling, really craving something, I'll say, go have it. Get 3 bites. Let me know how it is. Really enjoy it. And here's a kind of funny thing. You mean I can have it? So a lot of times people make this whole list of things they can never have. And so, of course, that's all they want because they're focused on what they're losing. I want you to focus on what you're gaining. You know what you're gaining by making these disciplines and choices? You're making yourself a priority. You want to be able to be fully present and enjoy, and you're not using food to satisfy your emotions. That's really powerful, you guys. That's something that you should be really proud of. And it's also not about doing it perfect. It's about showing up and contending for yourself. You don't have a cheat day. You don't fall off. I don't know, how do you cheat on yourself? It's not even possible. You're making life decisions. So what is a good decision for you with how you feel, how you look, where you want to be, right? That is really the question. Help your host. Do something to help clean up. That'll distract you from all the food and drinks. Freeze leftovers immediately if you're hosting. That way you don't keep coming back and nibbling, especially the desserts, you guys. Oh my gosh, they stay out, and then it's really hard. It's hard to have self-control. Your mindset or your drive, like motivation, lasts a maximum of 3 days. So this is why structure, and that's why I said prepare. That's how you're successful long term. You can't just fly by the seat of your pants and expect that you're going to be successful. It's definitely something that will be helpful. Okay, the last tip is a lot of people drink a ton of calories, whether that's alcohol or sugary or alcohol and sugary. So, and usually that's not as satisfying to our hunger as when we actually eat. So if you can swap things out, soda water, there's so many good bubbly waters out there. You could add like a piece of fruit in it, a little sprig of mint, whatever, and you feel like you have a treat and you're not drinking all of your calories. You're also going to feel better in the morning. So that's a good tip there. And then I think the most important thing, I gave you a lot of actual tips for when you're in situations and when you're doing things, but give yourself grace. The holidays are really hard for most people. They're not simple and easy. So I just encourage you, reach out to one friend or family member that you trust, be able to express yourself. It's okay to, I was just telling a friend this today, actually, it's okay to go in the shower and have a really good cry. It's one of my favorite things in a hot shower. We are meant to feel. Emotions aren't good or bad. It's just what we do with them after, right? So if you're feeling a certain way, that's okay. Express it. And then that's why I like the journaling, and then move on, right? So when we gain weight back, when we get unhealthy, so for some people, it's being underweight. It's not even overweight. That means that we're still holding on to that hurt or that trauma in our life. We haven't released it. So a lot of people think being healthy is all about the food. Well, the food is just a tool or a vehicle. It's really about how we deal with life and its stressors and its joys, and how we filter that. We use food. So I want to encourage you. This is why having a coach and having a community is huge. It's very hard to be successful long-term on your own. I have never regretted hiring a coach in any area of my life. I actually have a health coach as well, even though I health coach people. So I encourage you, if you're struggling, reach out to me. I would love to connect with you, see how I can help you. I would also appreciate if you have not subscribed yet to subscribe. I'm adding content weekly, and my goal is to bless you and help you be healthier in all areas of your life. Okay, well, that was